wanted it. Now we're here. Hello there. Amnesia Crew 770-1. This has been requested for a long time. Sorry I didn't get to do this. I've been busy with all the stuff with Mr. Incredible videos and other stuff. Anyways, it is here. It's finally here. Yes, this is my first time. I am reacting to it blindly. Now, let's quit stalling. And let's go to the first video ever called Corner Folk. Well, you came to the right place because we're gonna react to it together. In 2021, Raleigh attended uploaded free videos describing an unseen presence in his home. A fourth video in 2013 released concerns over his safety and prompted an official investigation. Upload 1.
Several of which are 2D planes. When two or more planes intersect, they form corners. Entities in the intersecting planes cannot perceive each other. They exist separately, in their own worlds.
Okay, I guess this episode is like talking about 2D walls and how entities in our walls can enter one.
However, the corner folk can pass these boundaries and enter other planes. The corner folk are a trans-dimensional species. They are the only ones who can traverse the corners shaped by planes. Coincidentally, I believe that the corners of my own home align with several planes, for I've seen the corner folk in action, crossing the corners from one reality to another.
So I guess that's the corner folk. While making this video, I heard a corner folk and immediately got my camera. This is what I recorded. I see nothing. Damn, that's fast. I guess so. But I think this is only like fictional analysis. I mean, even that speed is so slow.
Massive amounts of energy that, when released, produces bright blue flashes. I have yet to discover the source of this energy, and the reason behind the corner folk crossings remains unknown.
I guess that's the corner folk. Upload 2. Corner folk update.
While I was at work, my cameras captured up to 12.
Alright, if I ever saw that, I'm burning the house down immediately with no questions asked.
Corner folk huddling in the doorway. I used to think that they had to cross dimensions quickly, but the new footage has proven otherwise. When I'm not around, they take a break from traveling and exhibit micro movements similar to dreaming animals. They must feel safe in these corners, which suggests that the corner folk's own home is made of similar structures.
The corner world.
I imagine that their corner world is made of many plane
I guess that's the corner world.
Freely without using up any energy. My photographs show that smaller corner folk have odd impressions on their skin, as though they have been pressed against many plane intersections at once. The corners likely belong to a nursery or a crib in their home world. A multitude of corners placed in close proximity could be used to secure the infant from leaving the corner world. Perhaps they only cross corners in search of food, the same way we only leave our homes for resources.
Okay, so he just referencing corner folks and jumping to walls the same way as we enter exit our homes for resources like food.
The corner world may be used to raise young, while my own house's corners serve as rest stops of sorts, during their journeys.
Upload 3. Oh, hello. I thought you show your webcam.
I've begun to dream of the corner world. I can't stop thinking about it. According to the calendar,
Well,
it's
stop
been 10
thinking
weeks
about
of my
it.
home.
Think of something else.
Just drawing and describing the corner world on paper. I lost my job last month due to repeated absences.
Damn.
But it really does feel like I just left the office this afternoon. When the corner folk jump, it feels as though they're taunting me.
Okay, so I'm guessing that this dude over here is like when the corner folk jump to wall to wall, it's taunting him to enter the corner world. Yeah, I know it's disgusting.
But I'm close to a solution. Regardless of whether my body survives the forces of the corner world or not, this much is certain. The fear of my own destruction will not prevent my entry.
Upload 4. That's a massive leap. Don't tell me you're gonna enter the corner world. Oh, he entered the corner world. I guess so, but it's only time will tell. What was that? Following his last upload, viewer requested a wellness check on Riley Tennant. Local authorities found Tennant asleep in one of the corners of the room. A closer examination revealed that his inner organs had been folded along various axes, wanting immediate medical attention. During his recovery, Tennant evidently made origami, despite claiming he has never been taught how to do so. As of 2020, he remains in his care of his friends. So I guess he's not dead. So I guess he's not dead, and I guess he knows how to make origami. Oh, got folded. Yeah, I know. I know he got folded. All right. Next up, Liberty Lurker. The following audio is an expert from an 1889 interview with the designer of the Statue of Liberty. And now we're getting some places. The most difficult aspects of the construction was the pedestal. Although the U.S. Was indeed to be a gift, the U.S. ambassador urged us to follow President Gant's request. We agreed, and for each month we received a various size requirements for the pedestal. After 4 years, we requested to change the size of the pedestal ceased. People wonder why the pedestal is so much taller than the lady. All I told them is, ask the Americans. So I guess in 1994, the statue underwent extensive renovation. The official blueprints behind the changes, titled ST-LL1 1.8084, was classified for 63 years. For 36 years. That's a long time ago. Yeah, I agree with you. 1889 was a long year. ST-LI 1.8084 provide for entrance for sustenance. What do you mean by sustenance? Install engine to assist with eventual departure. What? I guess that's the blueprints of the Statue of Liberty. Okay, engine. Axle. Why is it on wheels? Is it for the Statue of Liberty to just escape? That's the entrance. Stairs. Drain. What? Why does it need a drain? Waste storage. Why does the Statue of Liberty need all of that? During the summer in 1954, thousands of immigrants described a foul odor while passing through Ellis Island. Huh. Ellis Island is awful. The whole place reeks of flesh like a slaughterhouse. Huh. There are also dead birds everywhere. My sister even found one in the toilet. Alright, if you ever found a dead bird in your toilet, you might want to seek for. You might want some help about that. If this is how the coast is, my father said, imagine how bad the city smells. I remember hearing other families happily joking said that they wanted to return to my land because of the smell. My family has sprayed perfume and burned candles to keep the stench away, but it would only work for an hour or so until the air became unbearable again. The evenings were so hot and I must stay awake even though the rest of my family slept soundly. I remember looking out of the window each night and seeing lines of people being led into the Liberty statue by officials. Why is it a Liberty statues or Liberty professionals are leading these people to the statue, inside the Statue of Liberty? After the presidential, the officials would leave and nothing else would happen. The following morning was so much worse though, like a slaughterhouse. Yeah, I know, you mentioned the slaughterhouse before. The Ellis Island Immigrant Station closes the following November. August 1885, the first sight of the Liberty Lurker. Ah, there we go, it's good. It's gonna go right away. Upon investigations, local authorities likened the waste storage compartment to a massive grave. Are we not gonna go over the fact? What is that? What was that coming out of the Statue of Liberty? What is that? Is that the real Statue of Liberty? With the statue of the Liberty Lurker? Because damn, they're really putting monsters or creatures inside of the Statue of Liberty. Upon investigation, local authorities likened the waste storage as a compartment to a massive grave. If you have a family member who was last seen at Ellis Island between the years 1949 and 1954, you may be entitled to compensation. Wow. And that's a Liberty Lurker. Next, Rushmore Revenge. These title names are getting better and better. August 7, 2003, the National Park Service find the mountain of Rushmore National Memorial vandalized. Huh. The U.S. government can fund massive murder if it's labeled as a national monument. What? Everyday executions occur in 2,600 American landmarks. If there's anyone that's in shit, I want you to Google that to see if this is true. I want to know if this is actually true. The blood of liberty will be avenged. I guess this is referred to the Statue of Liberty that we saw. The souls of Lincoln will be freed? What? Yeah, guys, I'm gonna move to another location. August the 14th, 2003. More messages found out. Watch me. I'm gonna get an infection. I will introduce infection next week, Monday to Sunday, 10:20 to 10:30 p.m. Watch the symptoms? Huh? What does it mean by watch the symptoms? August 18, 2003. Due to security concern, the National Park Service Alliance patrol for the next 7 nights. Patrols are told to videotape all anomalies from 10:20 to 10:30 p.m. Monday. What was that that flew by? Tuesday. I think that's Morse code. Never tried it. If you know what that is, comment down below. I want to know what it says. Because I think that's Morse code. That's Morse code is for something. Wednesday. What the hell is that? It's from somewhere now. Thursday. Alright. It means to Krill 70. 70-1, you still there? I want to know if you're still watching this. Oh, the statues. No, I don't like how the statues are looking at us. Man, they really need to get a better quality camera. Saturday. I see nothing. Remove lens cut. God damn, remove your lens cut, dude. What's that sound? Sunday. What? It looks like they're wearing mohawks. Let's go back. Yeah, they look like they're wearing mohawks. Mount Rushmore smells like baby powder nowadays. Nowadays. It smells like baby powder nowadays. I think it comes from the stuff that the workers put on their heads. Yeah, I see them do it all the time. They go from Washington to Lincoln every night to powdering it like a baby. Huh? So they're powdering some baby powder on Rushmore, on the Rushmore National Park heads. And McCoy, photographer. Oh yeah, that's Rushmore Revenge. Next up, Alcatraz Attack. I guess that's Alcatraz. Alcatraz Island, 2 days before therapy. Does Alcatraz need... Why is Alcatraz getting therapy? Map of Pacific Branch, United States Military Prison, Alcatraz Island, California. I don't like this music already. Fortifications, alright. Tunnel. Okay, showing the blueprints of Alcatraz Island. Reservoirs. Water tower. Morgue. Stockade/yard. Why is the morgue so close to the stockade/yard? Detective shed. Alright. Main prison. What is this in the main prison? Is this like something that the cell needed? To survive? Ruins? Even they don't know if these are ruins. Tennis courts? Alright. Why does Alcatraz Island have this? That's not the key. Why does Alcatraz Island have this? Let's continue. Oh, that's a close-up of Alcatraz. Alcatraz Island one day before therapy. What kind of therapy does Alcatraz needed? Alcatraz Oasis. Okay, so Alcatraz is represented as to like a cell. I guess it's showing how Alcatraz duplicates. I'm guessing that it's showing how Alcatraz duplicates. If I'm only guessing here. Yep, I was right. Alcatraz Island Radiation Therapy 101. Okay, so Alcatraz Island needs some radiation therapy. Ah, yes. Just shine some red light containing radiation to Alcatraz. It's like, hey, it's like you're going to have an actual radiation therapy. It's like, all right, just it's that time we're gonna shine some radiation in you, and you'll be like, what? And then they will shine some radiation into you. I mean, it's for something, right? Right, I'm not sure. Not sure why it is. Projected movements. 1950. 1955. Okay, showing the year of Alcatraz. Where is Alcatraz going? Is that some big national city or major city? Why is that black dot? Why is that black smudge covering the land? And I guess in 2050 it's gonna look like that, with the only one the remaining is Alcatraz. Alcatraz Island one day after therapy. Did it do anything? Oh, it did it. Oh my god, there's so many of them. Oh my goodness. As 2020, the Alcatraz zone extends to West Texas. That's far. Alcatraz attack. Alright, next up, Deemed Democracy. Deemed Democracy. I'll look back at an American's 37th president.
During a program of ABC
I didn't know someone was going to
anchor
talk.
Peter Jennings told viewers to look forward to next week for a special broadcast of national significance.
What does that
Jennings
mean?
would continue to remind viewers of the special broadcast over the next 7 nights, even referring to it at one point as the most unprecedented announcement in recent history.
Alright.
A week after its first mention, Jennings reminded viewers of the special broadcast one last time, asking them to pay attention later that night for an exclusive look at the greatest gift to the American people.
What
Due
is
to
the gift?
anticipation built over the week, over 60 million Americans tuned into ABC, waiting for the evening news to end and for the special broadcast to begin.
Alright.
There were countless theories as to what would occur, from the announcement of alien life to the declaration of an all-out nuclear war. Speculation was
What?
brewing intensely. Once the evening news program ended, a black screen with a 10-second countdown commenced with the title Dean Democracy.
Alright.
Some viewers, so terrified of the threat of nuclear war, reportedly experienced nervous breakdowns and ran down the street, declaring that Dean Democracy was the code name for an all-out nuclear holocaust.
These people right here must have the people who these people and the people who was willing to receive this message, they must be running so fast for 10 seconds that they will go door to door to door to door to door to door of the house just to tell them about that message of how Dean Democracy was a code name for a nuclear holocaust. I can only imagine where these people will be running so fast the Flash couldn't even catch up.
Yet
Because
once
damn,
the
that's really
countdown
fast.
ended, all fears were soon replaced with tears of joy and an excitement not seen since the end of World War II.
What? What is this?
What are we waiting for? Let's bring them back home.
Dean for president.
In the seconds following James Dean's presidential announcement, hundreds of thousands of neighborhoods erupted into celebration. Although other candidates had promised to end the Vietnam War, none had so accurately expressed the same anger that they had felt.
I guess this is during the time that they went to Vietnam War.
Which Dean had perfectly conveyed in a 15-second broadcast. Due to popular demand, the ABC Evening News was canceled the next night, replaced by a 30-minute loop of James Dean's presidential announcement.
They looped a fifth. They looped it. They looped a 30-minute message for Dean to be president. Wow, what? This is a twist of a fate that I never get to see.
The broadcast was watched again by over 38 million Americans. And the
38
party continued for the
million?
rest of the week.
God damn.
Due to repeated assassination attempts on Robert Kennedy, the Democratic Party presidential
Oh, we can't forget
debates
about
were
Robert
canceled for the
Kennedy
1948
assassination.
election season. However, this proved to be no issue for Dean, as polls indicated that he was in the lead for the entirety of 1967 and
Damn. Nixon and Wallace are never going to get that far, despite from Dean. Just look how many votes Dean is getting. That's so much.
1968, despite having had fewer public appearances and rallies than any other candidate.
Wow, okay, I guess that quickly changed.
The strength of his campaign relied on the powerful advertisements he directed that would air every Friday evening on ABC. The series of programs would be considered by many as another weekly TV series and went on to become the highest-rated TV show on television after the conclusion of Star Trek in 1967.
Okay, I never watched Star Trek, but if there's anyone that is in this live stream, I want you to let me know. Did Star Trek actually end, or Star Trek is still continuing? Still continuing. If there's anyone that's in the chat, I want to know about this. Is this true that Star Trek ended, or is it not? Since Star Trek is still making videos, or episodes. If anyone that is in the chat, let me know if this is actually true. I want to know about this because I never watched Star Trek.
Although a presidential debate was eventually scheduled 2 weeks before the election, James Dean instead invited opponent Richard Nixon to a track to race cars on the same night.
Damn. James Dean has already got my vote. He wants to raise cars against Nixon. That's crazy.
Although reluctant at first, Nixon eventually agreed and went to spend the entire day with Dean, reportedly even telling the actor, "To hell with it, I'm voting for you. You're already a better president than I'll ever be."
Damn, I guess he really did say that.
This statement, although only a rumor, was
Already
spread like wildfire in tabloids and permanently
a better president than I'll ever be, says Nixon. Huh.
curbed Nixon's Dean groups hijacked radio channels and told civilians they were fed up with James Dean and that television was ruining American youth. After the broadcast,
Well, don't watch
the
it.
groups went on to cut hundreds of power lines in the southeast, effectively preventing any of Dean's presidential ads from reaching any household below Tennessee.
Wow.
Dean quickly heard of the incident and, despite the risk of an assassination, flew down to the south and quickly went to work with local electricians to repair the broken power lines.
First he raised tracks of Nixon, then he risked his life fixing the power poles. James Dean has already got my vote if he's still alive.
James Dean would be met with a supportive crowd, primarily younger voters who were eager to see a younger face back in the White House. Elderly white conservatives, often the parents of the younger supporters, remained in their houses and occasionally peered through their window blinds to catch a glimpse of the handsome candidate. Although it wasn't known to Dean at the time, hate groups in the South had perpetuated the idea that he was Satan.
James Dean is Satan, rebel with sins. Dean is Satan, 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 Dean is Satan. They didn't have enough room for Dean is Satan. Man, the anti-Dean group is already embarrassing themselves in the worst ways possible. Or in the creative way possible, if you can count. You can say that.
As being clear signs of the devil.
James Dean, America, see 1969 AD. What? What's going on? Okay. The hell?
James Dean is no man.
Alright. Produced by the Anti-Dean Association. Look at that face. Look at that. If that's really the Anti-Dean Association, it's like you were walking down the street and then you saw someone that's creeping you behind. He's like, yes, I know. Do you want to buy any of my products? And since you're so scared about that face being here, and you're so scared of seeing this face that you run away instantly. This is the stupidest mask that they could come up with. If they're still even alive, they should pick a much better mask than this.
Elderly white conservatives in the Southeast would be the only demographic unfazed by his campaign. Yet Dean continued to travel from state to state, repairing power lines for 4 days straight until the very morning of the election.
You do you, Dean.
On November 5th, 1968, James Dean received 75%
James Dean
of
has
the
won the
popular vote
1968
with 395
presidential
electoral
election.
votes. Nixon congratulated Dean in a phone call the following morning.
Hey,
Dean
let's
refused to
go.
acknowledge the win and instead asked to race cars again at the track.
Continue to race cars, huh?
On January 20th, 1969, James Dean held his inaugural address at the official Capitol Raceway. Although presidents in the past had speeches that were typically around 20 minutes, Dean spoke for less than a minute.
Alright. See the message.
I have a speech, and it has the flotsam that you people expect to hear. But that's not fair. No, that's not fair at all.
Okay.
I'm here for all of you.
Alright.
It's only fair that you speak for yourselves. My words shouldn't be louder than yours. So I brought many other guests to speak. They're just people like you and I. In the same time that many other presidents have spoken by themselves, America will speak. Thank you.
You do you, James Dean.
Dean
You do you.
proceeded to introduce many groups to the microphone, including civil rights activists and Native American families. Martin Luther King Jr. would also come forward to speak in his first appearance since an attempt on his
Hey,
life 9
Martin
months
Luther King
prior.
Jr.
President Dean would conclude the
Still missing.
inauguration with a brief bongo performance and went on to race Richard Nixon at
The
the
fuck?
track. In subsequent presidential inaugurations, those who disagreed with the elected president would instead celebrate Dean Democracy Day and protested by watching Dean's unique take on the address in place of the actual one. In a televised address, President Dean planned to inform Americans of his first 90 days in office, However, 6 seconds into the broadcast, the audio cut out and remained absent for the remainder of the speech. Although anti-Dean groups claimed responsibility and took pride in the
Same mask
sabotage,
again.
many civilians claimed that it benefited the president. The silent broadcast highlighted President Dean's sincere facial expressions and lively disposition, as opposed to the stern and stiff personalities of prior administrations. Viewers were proud to see a man in his prime at the most important position in the country. Ironically, President Dean's popularity grew after the technical difficulty.
The anti-Dean Association are really embarrassing themselves in the worst ways possible.
And film director Stanley Kubrick went on to call the broadcast the greatest silent film ever made.
Okay, whatever. Dean Democracy, I'll look back at America's 37th president. Alright. Next up, Air Force One Angel. Air Force One Angel. Whoa. On August 17, 2003, Air Force One made an unannounced trip across the continental United States. Okay. Many civilians claim to have seen the aircraft drop packages of various national monuments. What kind of packages are they dropping into these national monuments? There it is, Air Force One. Okay, right, here's Rushmore. Whoa, what's going on over here? The Golden Gate Bridge. I've never seen the Golden Gate Bridge being destroyed. Well, what's going on over here? Not infected. What's going on with these? What's going on here? Is it just me? Or is the Statue of Liberty is nowhere to be seen? Just look over here. Where did the Statue of Liberty statue go? Where did it go? Where on earth did it go? What's going on here? That's strange. Why? What is happening to what is happening to the United States? They weren't kidding about the Alcatraz zone. They weren't kidding at all. And when they say it extends to the West Texas. They weren't lying. They weren't lying at all. They weren't lying about it at all. Sorry about this, everyone. We're having some technical difficulties. It will show up soon. Great. They weren't lying. The Alcatraz zone was extended to the West Texas. There's Air Force One. Who's coming out of the plane? What is that? Oh, hello there. I didn't see you. What is that? White House officials later disclosed that the unusual flight of Air Force One was unauthorized and unmanned. What? The lone figure seen inside the plane, dubbed the Air Force One Angel, has yet to be identified by federal authorities. Huh. So this creature coming out of the plane is known as the Air Force One Angel. Next up, Lincoln Looker.
I was a Lincoln Looker for 2 weeks.
Okay.
It's terrifying. One moment you're at home answering the door, and the next you're stuck in some kind of suit. The smell
What?
was awful in there, and the metal seat was so cold. The only thing you can do is look through 2 little holes. It was some kind of mask.
What?
And whenever the sun shined near, I could see the inside of it. It was a familiar face. Every few nights, straws would be put through the holes, and someone would feed me some weird soup.
Is the soup poisonous? I want to know. Is the soup poisonous?
After 2 weeks, they found out that
But I bet the soup's not because she still lived. The Lincoln Looker.
I wasn't the correct Lincoln Looker.
Then who in the hell is the correct Lincoln Looker?
Reagan apologized to me personally, and I was released with some monetary compensation. They don't care if I talk about it or not. No one would take me seriously. Lincoln looking is just too absurd.
Huh. I guess that's the mask. Don't get any closer to me. Okay.
There's always that someone that we dislike more than everyone else.
Me.
Not usually famous at one point, but we've done something that's affected us personally. Often you're
Okay.
the only person who remembers the day. And I've been that bad, but memory hurts. Everyone
What?
experiences this, and the president is no exception. Except he can do something about it. Every president can choose one person to be a Lincoln Looker. After the alibi is fabricated, a person is abducted
What?
from their home, and they stay a Lincoln Looker for as long as the president sits in office. Nobody can question his decision, and no trial.
What?
Might be surprised, but it's nothing new. It's been tradition. Lincoln Lookers have been around for a very long time.
Huh. Due to rumors that Lincoln Lookers were imprisoned behind presidential portraits, White House officials publicly removed and reinstalled the portraits to demonstrate that no space existed existed to hold Lincoln Lookers. Alright. Portrait 1. There's portrait 1, wall behind portrait 1. Okay. Portrait 2. Wall behind portrait 2. Are you gonna show me more? Nope, I guess that's it.
Hello, we're not available now.
I'm close to you on a minute before this justify.
Number after the beep. We will return your call. Hey, Eunice. It's Howard.
Why had to talk so deep?
I don't know what I just saw.
Oh no. man.
top of the
It's just,
steps, reading
it's just a
inscriptions and
this
talking to
puberty. You,
visitors.
you
I
go
started
through
to hear
that a
a
bunch
faint
of times with
scratching
me.
sound. I didn't think much of it at first, but when I got close to the chair, I realized that the scratching was coming from inside the marble.
What do they mean behind the scratching coming from inside the marble?
So I went to a guard and asked whether she could do anything about the animals that could be trapped in there.
Don't tell me that the president is also putting animals into statues.
She told me not to worry about it, that they'd take care of it once there were fewer visitors. A few minutes passed, and the scratching became much louder.
Because they're actually putting animals in, and there I have so many questions.
She said, wild animals.
Wild animals?
The
What?
sound started to make visitors anxious. I remember one voice pulling so hard at his mother's hand, begging to leave.
Wow.
A blind girl with one of those canes went up to the chair and pressed her head against it to listen. Then she started crying. The parents tried to pull her away,
Wow.
but she just began to hit the chair with her cane. That's when the guards asked everyone to go back down the steps. I don't know why, and it's going to sound crazy, but I felt compelled to help. So I went to the blind girl and
Go help
joined her
him.
in hitting the marble. The guards tried to pin us
Not
down,
what I
but the
meant.
scratching became too loud for even them. It sounded like someone was shaving down a chalkboard. Eventually, the marble began to crack. And a few more hits caused the crevice to expand all the way to the top of the chair. There was a sudden burst of air from the damage, and the head suddenly turned toward us. I was afraid it would fall, so I picked the girl up and went down a few steps. The head slowly rotated back into place, and when it started to be pushed upwards, I took out my camera. There was no wild animal.
Okay, take a because for a second I thought they're putting wild animals inside it. Statues, monuments. How a Melrose recorded the following images. Alright. What is that coming out of this kind of the Lincoln statue? I don't know its name, but what is that? What is that? And that's it. Okay. Next up, Washington Wormhole. I'll tell you, this is the best energy
August
I've
fell
ever seen.
swiftly as the lumberjack swung, except for the special tree, which could not be stung.
What do you mean by the special
She
tree?
missed her friends and the hymns they sung, so she started a tune and broke the man's lung.
What? What tune caused the man's lungs to break? Timeline of events, alright. (1804). First photograph taken of the special tree is taken. That's not a special tree. It looks like something is coming out of the ground. It's like a tentacle or something. (1848). Alright. Construction begins. Don't tell me that they're building around the special tree. (1860 to 1865). Construction halt due to the American Civil War. Prisoners of the war are seen being led into the unfinished tower. What? What do they mean? What? 1888. Construction is completed. Yep. They build around the special tree. What a surprise. 1910. The Washington Monument became a major tourist attraction. Visit the Washington Monument and listen closely. Hear the music within its walls. 10 cents per head. What do they? What does it mean by the music? What does it mean by hearing the music within the walls? Is the Washington Monument creating music music within its walls? (1910 to 1971). From 1910 and 1971, 20 individuals disappeared while visiting the Washington Monument. Oh, I guess some of them were my child too. The missing visitors are known as Washington abductees. Whatever you say. How do you pronounce them? Oh, I guess they went missing. I guess 20 individuals are missing. A classic film was taken. Was titled "Washington State in Operation" is leaked by news agents. I guess we'll watch a video. I guess that is the blueprint of the Washington Monument. Monument entrance door, okay. Okay, it closes down. Hoisting cable. Why is there a bucket inside the Washington Monument? Sound waves. What? I guess the sound waves. Oh, okay, he dropped. Man, imagine you have to fall from this. You went unconscious and fall from this height. It's all because of the sound waves. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. And the cycle continues. The cycle continues. (2020). Oh, here we go with the vandalizing. The Washington Monument is vandalized. Alright. Let's take a look at this vandalization. The affection is denied. The music of Washington will end. What? What do they mean by that? 2003. Man, get better camera. What did they produce this on? A potato? What is that? Is that another Washington Monument? Okay, I did not expect this to happen. What the hell? All 19 Washington abductees are found unconscious at the base of the monument. Hold on, it said 20, right? What happens to the other person? And did he not make it, or did these 19 people were saved? What happened to the 21? Washington wormhole. All right. Next up, Delaware trouble. Oh, don't tell me something's gonna happen to Delaware River.
An accidental discovery made by two fishermen has sent shockwaves across the nation.
What?
Around 4 p.m. on Christmas Eve, Ralph Grassman and Michael Chillen were reeling in their last batch of catfish when something on the ice caught their eye. It looked like a bicorn, one of those hatched from way back when, said Grassman.
Garrison and his
Okay.
wife also organized the trip. Grassman walked down the ice to retrieve the hat. When he pulled back the hat from the ice, someone back in shock at the sight of a human scalp partially exposed in the ice.
What?
Bill walked over and after a brief discussion with Grassman, agreed to remove the rest of the body from the ice. The effort took several hours, but by 10 p.m. the fishermen were able to pull the entire body from the ice with no further damage.
Wow.
Although both men had presumed that the individual was already dead for some time, Bill exclaimed in shock when he reportedly saw the individual's eyelid twitch. Grassman
Why does the eye have to be shown? Does the eye have to do with anything?
attempt to revive the frozen man. They proceeded to carry him back to Grassman's apartment. They laid the body in a full bathtub, gradually raising the water's temperature throughout the night to prevent shock. Grassman
Okay.
claimed to have learned this technique from a pulp magazine he had read as a child.
What?
At 2 a.m. the following morning, Tony claimed that an individual briefly regained consciousness and shouted, "Victory or death," while Grassman arrested in the living room. At 7 a.m. the frozen
What is it?
individual
What does the frozen individual mean by victory or death?
back to the Zeke coma, which prompted Grassman to inform the local authorities. And that's why he had to call the medical personnel earlier. Grassman told reporters that he didn't want to risk the lives of the first responders, but had been driving on slippery roads in the dark.
I didn't want to risk the lives of the first responder, who have been driven on slippery roads in the dark. Okay, I get that.
Shortly after being phoned, paramedics arrived and rescued the frozen man to the Delaware State Hospital. Throughout the experience, both fishermen thought that the individual's face seemed vaguely familiar. It was only until it put on a dollar bill that the connection was fully made. When we first dug him out, we moved this close so we could carry him more easily. Clothes needed time because they were completely frozen
What?
over. By then, we saw the clothes without ice, and we could have no doubt that we dug out George Washington.
So the frozen individual was George Washington. What? What a twist of a fate that I never get to see.
Although Delaware State Hospital has declined to comment on the identity and the condition of the man, Grassman brought the bicone hat from the previous stage of the Delaware History Museum, and historians confirmed the authentic piece from the 18th century. The validation raised more questions than answers, as further research revealed that no Washington reenactors or artifacts have been reported missing. Grassman believes that the man he dug out from the ice is the true George Washington, and the former president had become gravely ill while crossing the Delaware River. Grassman claims that the imminent death of Washington could have been devastating to the worker, whose condition was likely kept secret by having a double acting as a president until 1797. Asked for an explanation to why the body had been found so far from the site of the battle, Grassman replied, "He either drifted away or his men purposely planted it far away so that no one could find it." During Saturday's morning press conference, President Dean shared his thoughts on the discovery in 2 words: "I'm surprised."
I'm surprised too. The Delaware Travel area on WBOC-TV on that date. The Delaware River Journal ceased operation on that year, so it was intended to be broadcasted. It's Delaware Trouble next to Rockefeller Tree accident. Rockefeller Tree tragedy. Okay, so we're going to see 2 books. One on the recollection of the tragedy by John D. Rockefeller, and second one, Virginia and Wonderland. You got the E spelled backwards. It's backwards, but I won't judge. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that, chat. The recollection of the tragedy.
During the first winter of the center's construction, the workers set up a Christmas tree just outside the entrance.
Alright.
It was an uncanny sight to see a green fir stand in the middle of what appeared to be a no man's land.
How is it uncanny? It's supposed to be fun and investable.
Humbly ordained with strings of cranberries, buttons, and tin cans, greatly affected me.
Okay, no, that's not family fun.
That even in the darkest
Or people fun.
times, the American people will light the beacons
Okay.
I thought it could be the start of a great and inspiring tradition, so I traveled north to Babylon in search of a Christmas tree for the following year.
Okay. So John D. Rockefeller wanted to get a Christmas tree at Virginia Wonderland.
For 12 days and 12 nights, Mr. Rockefeller looked for the best tree in the forest. How about this one, Mr. Rockefeller? No, no, it's much too short. How about
Okay.
this one, Mr. Rockefeller? No, no, it's much too tall. How about this one, Mr. Rockefeller?
Okay.
No, no, it's much too average.
What?
Mr. Rockefeller soon feared that he would leave empty-handed. Then, on the 12th night, just as he was packing up his stuff, Mr. Rockefeller heard the sweetest tune in the air. It
What?
sounded as though the very wind itself had
What? Who is producing that tune? That tune. I want to know who's producing the
fallen
tune.
in love. He and his men followed the song and found themselves at the base of a very, very special tree.
Okay, so the special tree was responsible for making this tune, huh?
How about this one, Mr. Rockefeller? It's perfect. For the rest of the night, the men swung their axes at the special tree. Chop, chop, chop. However, when the sun rose, the tree was still standing. Their axes had left no marks at all.
Okay, it's either that this special tree has a strong bark, or that it could be any of these reasons. One, that tree has a strong bark. Two, the men that over here that were axing down the tree, they did a terrible job. Or three, they have it. Or three, this special tree has some has some voodoo magic under that can heal itself.
Rose, the tree was still standing. Their axes had left no marks at all. Mr. Rockefeller was surprised. The next day, Mr. Rockefeller
I
and
would be
his
surprised
men
too.
laid 100 sticks of dynamite around the tree. 3, 2,
Okay, why are we now blowing up the special tree?
wood, boom! Yet, the special tree continued to stand. Mr. Rockefeller was surprised.
It has to be
So
something
Mr.
with the tree
Rockefeller
and the
decided to
special tree,
hire
right?
the best team of grave diggers to take the tree out of the ground. After a week of digging, they told Mr. Rockefeller the tree will be out in 3 years at this rate. Mr. Rockefeller was surprised, but he decided to let the grave diggers work. He would pick the next 3 best trees for the next 3 Christmases. But by the 4th year, the special tree was ready to display.
Alright. So they chopped down the special tree and put it on display.
For the last 2 years, I have seldom mentioned the tragedy that occurred at the center.
What?
Many have taken offense at my silence, claiming it to be the result of a desensitization to workplace accidents. Indeed, I have seen enough accidents in 3 lifetimes, but nothing could have prepared me for what happened at the center. For some time now, my friends have blamed the center's original construction workers for the tragedy, since it was their very own Christmas tree that had started the whole tradition. But the truth is that their tree brought joy and wonder to the public. It was my tree, and my tree alone, that brought about the unprecedented loss.
Okay, so something bad happened.
On a cold December morning in Midtown Manhattan, Rockefeller's men slowly raised the special tree. Heave ho! Heave ho! Heave ho! By the afternoon, the special tree stood tall and still. It was unlike any other tree, having no color, branches, or leaves. The mayor of New York, Mr. Gardia, thought that the tree was too bare and asked for branches to be added so that ornaments could be hung. Mr. Rockefeller didn't agree. He thought the tree was perfect, just the way it was. But since Mayor Gardia had been one of his best friends, Mr. Rockefeller told his men to glue some branches on.
What?
Virginia, watched as the men placed branches on the special tree. I have saved my money for over 9 months to purchase a little star ornament because I wanted to be the very first person to decorate the Rockefeller Christmas tree. It laid in my pocket while I watched because I planned to hang my ornament as soon as the tree was standing. After the final branch had been added and all the men left, I quickly ran up to the tree. But to my astonishment, the lowest branch of the tree was over twice my height. I jumped as high as I could, but still, the lowest branch was out of my reach. I was very disappointed. I wanted to be the very first person to decorate the tree.
You could have called for assistance, like you could call, you can call one of the men to grab you a very tall ladder so you could climb all the way to the top.
But now I had no chance, unless I called my friends. At once, I began counting my friends on my fingers. There was Helen, Charles, Elizabeth, Alice, Joseph, Elsie,
Damn, you have a lot of friends.
Edith, Alice, and Philip.
Yeah, Virginia.
10
Damn.
friends that I could ask
Virginia
for
has
help.
10 friends.
Then I realized that 10 friends standing on each other's shoulders could put me at the very top of the Christmas tree.
I thought a human ladder was impossible.
And the tallest. Without a second to spare, I ran from door to door asking for help. Knock, knock, knock. Helen, are you there? Knock, knock, knock. Charles, are you there? Knock, knock, knock. Elizabeth, are you there? Eventually, I gathered all 10 of my friends at the bottom of the Rockefeller Christmas tree. I told them my plan, to have them all stand on each other and form a ladder for me to climb to the top. My friends understood my excitement, and they quickly started to climb onto each other's shoulders. Ow! Helen had stepped on Charles' fingers. Ow! Charles had stepped on Elizabeth's fingers. Ow! Elizabeth had stepped on Alice's fingers. After many blows and tumbles, my friends formed a sturdy ladder.
I never thought a human ladder was possible, but here it is. It's the human ladder.
I began to climb. My joy grew with every passing pace. Before I knew it, I was at the very top, looking down at the tree. My ladder of friends swayed back and forth, and occasionally felt like it was about to collapse. But I tuned out the movement and focused on the tree. Closer, friends, closer. Then I secured the metal star at the top of the tree. It was perfect. Hooray! Victory! I'm the first! Just then, there was a strange sound. The tree began to shake. Its glued branches fell off all at once, and the entire tree slowly bent backwards. Soon, the very top of it touched the ground, forming a perfect arc.
Okay.
It was like a very strange rainbow. My heart sank as I saw my stars gently slide to the ground from the tree's top.
I guess the tree didn't like their
shot
star.
out from inside the arc of the tree, producing thunderous booms. The lightning scared my friends and me. We all tumbled to the ground and ran in all directions, but the lightning caught up to us. I was blinded by a great white light. I remember when my eyes adjusted, I was in a field of special trees,
And I saw so many people. One man ran up to me and whispered, "The trees are not trees." This is interesting. The Monument Mythos is actually getting more interesting as time has gone on.
We were all on the ground, being attended to by
maybe the special tree had to do something with this, like the teleportation and such.
It is only natural for the reader at this point to wonder why the incident has been referred to as a tragedy. There has been no
Yeah, I'm
loss
actually
of
wondering
life,
why the
and
incident has been referred to as
aside
a
from a
tragedy.
few temporary scorch marks on the center, no damage to the surrounding
Wow.
property. I too assumed it was a mostly inconsequential event, likely an electrical accident whose effects were exaggerated by the children at the scene. I was grateful that every life involved had been spared. A death at the center would have weighed heavily on my mind for some time. But
Yeah, I'm
when
glad nobody
I
died.
encountered the results of the children's medical examinations, I wished that a death had occurred in place of the unfathomable.
Are these 10 friends then that performed the ladder? Because if it is, then these people have made the impossible possible. A human ladder. I wouldn't even perform that.
My mom and pa visited me at the hospital, but they looked completely different. Ma looked worried. After she wiped her tears, she asked, "Did you hang your bear at the Rockefeller tree?" I answered, "It wasn't a bear. I was going to hang a star." To which they asked, "What do you mean?" Pa asked, "Where did you get these clothes?" I answered, "These are my clothes, the ones you helped me put on this morning." To which they asked, "What do you mean?" My ma then asked,
The tree has something.
"All over your face."
The tree has something to do about this.
"Some of my freckles. I've had them since I was little." To which they asked, "What do you mean?" My parents quietly left my bed and talked to my friend's parents. Then they all started to cry and yell. The nurses made them leave, which made me feel better. None of us thought that our real parents had visited, but they all did feel familiar. Orville and Philip were especially taken. They didn't even share the same last name with their parents. The nurses
Strange.
tried to convince us that those who had visited us were our parents, and that we would come around to properly greet them after we healed. But it was hard to believe. Whenever I looked out the window, I saw that Manhattan looked different from memory. Mr. Rockefeller himself was kind enough to visit us in the hospital. He asked us whether we were okay, and then after some time, he and the nurses began to ask us some very easy questions about American history.
Okay.
As we reply, they would chuckle and shake their heads, until I told Mr. Rockefeller who I thought he was. He chuckled at first, and then became silent, as if the simple fact had deeply affected him. He had asked all my friends a few more questions about himself, and with each answer, he seemed a little more scared. Mr. Rockefeller quietly stood with the nurses for a while, before he wished us a Merry Christmas and left. That evening, the nurses took x-rays of us to make sure we hadn't broken our ribs. Usually, those taking the x-rays are more than happy to show their patients what the pictures look like. When I asked to see them, the nurses ignored me.
What?
I didn't fall asleep that night. I kept my ear close to the wall to hear what the nurses were saying next door. I heard one sentence over and over. "Everything's backwards."
Did the tree have something to do about this? Did the special tree move their organs to the front side to the back side? Because if that's the case, then wow. Wow.
By that. I never told my friends because I didn't want to scare them. But I spent the rest of the night with my hand to my chest, wondering if my heart was ever on the right side.
The tree has something to do about this. I know the tree has something to do about this.
For several weeks, the children were kept under observation at the Columbia Presbyterian Hospital. I visited them as soon as I had the chance to. All the families of these children were deeply unsettled, that they had all independently come to the conclusion their child had been replaced by a doppelganger.
What?
They claimed that these new sons and daughters possessed substantial differences from their real children.
I know the special tree has something to do about this because no man could have done this.
Majority of differences involve altered physical attributes and the inability to recognize familiar locations.
The tree has
and
something to do about
characters,
this.
such as their parents and their homes. Two boys even claimed to have names different to those that their mothers had given them at birth.
What?
But of all the discrepancies, the most bizarre was their faulty recollections of notable persons and events. For instance, each of the affected children claimed that I had become the wealthiest man in America through an oil monopoly. It is common knowledge that I did indeed work at an oil refinery in my youth. But to entirely deny my 2 terms as president and insist instead that I had always been a mere philanthropist struck me as being particularly odd. The families were agonized by the children's behavior. Some continue to search for their real children. I support their endeavors, but I do not believe that the children's afflictions were the result of hysteria. Every day, I find myself recollecting the day that I had selected the tree. I have since realized the difficulties involved in the removal of it should have repeatedly discouraged me. And had I been discouraged, the families of those children would not be experiencing the anguish that they currently have. Perhaps I never had the opportunity to select another tree. Perhaps I was meant to select that tree regardless of my persistent character. Perhaps we are all trolleys, forced to follow the path of the track to each of our destinations. I take solace in that thought. Or perhaps the tree chose me.
The tree chose him? The tree chose the John D. Rockefeller? It's strange. Why did the tree choose him? Many incidents declare my father believed that the 1934 Christmas tree vanished. This is untrue. I have seen it wandering in the plaza on many occasions, as it resigns a man far more than any tree. What? The tree? This special tree can shapeshift into a man? John D. Rockefeller Jr. Here we go again. Oh, but the bad camera quality and what is that? What is that? What is that? Whoa. Something must happen. Anyways. Next up, Canyon Crown. My crazy canyon journey. Me and my brother are just deep in thoughts. Huh. I guess this is their trip to the Grand Canyon. He's gonna fly. Don't do that. Don't fly. Even though you might think it's possible for humans to fly, it's not. It's not possible. It's impossible. None with flying cars. Then I saw something really weird. What did you see? I'm seeing nothing. What is that black sludge? It made the whole place smell like vinegar. What? So this black sludge is making the whole place smell like vinegar. That's strange. Anyways, back to the trip. Back to the amazing trip. Rock on. You rock on too. Then I saw it again. I'm seeing nothing. You're just showing rocks. What is that? What is that? Oh, bonus stuff. I never thought I'd get to saw that creature come up to me. That was a surprise. That was a surprise that was not that was willing to happen. I'm speechless. Caution: steer clear of control your children and pets. Oh no, we are gonna die. You're not gonna die. You'll be fine. Besides, you're at the trip. What bad could happen? What's the worst thing that could happen? Mr. Squirrel. Oh, there's this is Squirrel. I don't know why he's here. We did a little research and found out what we saw. It's called a Kenya Galano or Kenya Crown. It uses vinegar to shrink his huge body back into his body. My dad said the reason we went on this trip was so he could find his sister Maya. I think that was Maya. Oh, remember when we reacted to the Lincoln Looker? Maya was promptly a Lincoln Looker before she was the incorrect. It wasn't before she was the correct Lincoln Looker. She probably got turned into that. I'm only making guesses. What does this have to do with anything? Have to do with anything? Just showing pictures of people that doesn't have any heads, like that one. Thanks for watching. Alright. Freedom Faller. Part 1, Sculpture. Experts from a series of changes from 1858. I can tell if someone is going to use this as a think, as a FNF think or think Z-Mix cover. I can already tell. Okay, we get some connection. Liberty must be. Liberty must stand on the Capitol Dome. Yes, I will find an artist to bring the statue to life. What? What do they mean, bring the statue to life? Would you provide a design for the statue? Most certainly. Okay, freedom 1, freedom 2, freedom 3. Freedom 3 would do, but change her cap. What? I remove the cap and begin to cast. Six weeks later. Freedom is difficult to cast. Apologies for delays. Okay. 3 weeks later. Is Freedom on her way? Oh, there's nothing. Oh, getting connection. Inspector Zano speaking. Mr. Crawford passed away. Morocco will receive freedom. Expect arrival in a month. Oh, so Mr. Crawford died. Died while making the freedom statue. Part 2, Daughter. Text and illustration by Ninja Crawford and read by an Italian student in Garbalar. However you say it, I don't know. Papa sketches for freedom. 5th of April. Papa sketches of freedom is beautiful. She looked like Mama if she was a queen. I asked Papa if he could make a statue that looked like me. He said yes. Papa went into his studio. I asked whether he started working on my statue yet, and just kept smiling. I think he's kind. Papa is very kind. We have not heard from Papa in a few days. This has happened before since he likes to work at a studio for a long time. But Mama is very worried. She's very worried today. She left for his studio after she tucked me to bed. Mama returned home tonight. She went straight to her room. Inspector Zeno came by today. He asked about Papa and then he went into Mama's room. A few moments later, more men showed up. Mama was crying. She kept yelling. She has his eyes. She has his eyes. I was scared. I ran out of the house. Okay, so something has this little girl's Papa's eyes. I remember Papa telling Mama about how the statue will be put on the ship named Morocco. I went to the dockside and found her anchored nearby. Next to the ship were some boxes. Don't tell me you're gonna read the box. Parts of the freedom were in of the boxes. I crawled into the box that was empty. I hope to be sent to where Papa is. I feel his spirit around freedom. Yeah. I am very hungry. The box are tied with ropes, so I cannot get out by myself. There's a loud noise in the room, like clay being dragged around the floor, dragged across the floor. Something has to do with Papa's eyes. Eyes. I can hear the ropes being cut, and something big coming out of the box. Is it Papa? There are more sounds like wood being broken. Since the rope broke, I quickly got out of the box and found some bread and fruit in the room next door. Am I wrong? It isn't Papa, but it has his eyes. Whoa, what? I'm sorry, what? No, god damn it. Let's go back. Okay, let's go back. Let's go See here. I never thought I'd get to see this. This has something to do with where Papa's eyes has been taken, right? I am scared of going into the box again. It made louder sounds today. While I was gathering food, I think the man saw me. The box is the only place to hide. So she went into the box to hide. The ropes kept being broken by the thing. What? The ropes keeping being broken by the thing with Papa's eyes. I'm very scared that either it or the man will open my box. I am scared that either it or the man will open my box. I will not write. I will not write as much because I am afraid of making noise. I will write again when I am on land. Okay. The thing with Papa's eyes took me in today. It helped me as I ran through the jungles. Its sword cut hundreds of trees. That sword must have been sharp. I could not see much in the dark, but I did see Papa's eyes staring down at me from those metal eyelids. We went down a hole into the deep cave. After it let me down on the ground, it started a fire by hitting his arms against the rock. Against rock. It has been sharpening its sword on the rock for hours now, but it has not. But it has not. But it has not ever looked down at his blade. Since I had started writing today, the thing with Papa's eyes have been looking at me. Okay, the freedom statue has something to do with Papa's eyes being taken. Part 3, Captain. Experts from the Captain's log of the Monocra. Okay. 6 crates were loaded at dawn. They are heavy, each containing a part of a large sculpture. Parts of a large sculpture. Inspector Zenov told me that this is the goddess of freedom. Each crate was fastened with ropes in the storage room and no sliding. And it's possible we left it unvoted at noon. We landed in Gerbera at dawn. The ship took hours to steer into port. There were many holes in the storage room. Each one allowed enormous amounts of water to enter. Without the time we would have sunk in 3 days. Oh, wow. Guys, I'm just gonna go get the cord. We opened the crates for the custom offices. The crates were empty. Okay, the crate. Okay, it's possible that the freedom statue has something to do with the crates being missing. I know the freedom statue is responsible for this.
Charging cord.
Part 4. Written and read and commissioner. Written and read by Commissioner Hadra Morgan. We discovered that there was indeed an English village trail through the dense foliage stretching almost the entire side to the rock. The trail was as Strange.
themselves were precise. The downed trees continued to be warm to the touch, presumably due to the extreme speed of this sport. A few files present along the trail were extinguished by fellow officers as we traversed the rock.
Okay.
At a large crevice in the ground, which looked to be an entrance to a large underground cavern.
Welcome to the two people that joined this live stream. We're getting you're getting my honest reaction to Monument Mythos.
It was not long until Hadley exclaimed in fright.
Feel free to chat to me, or feel free to chat to me.
The following hour, the majority of us were in the cabin, which appeared to be an undiscovered offshoot of Sir Michael's cave. In the middle of the
Okay.
location, on a flat stone
It's also free to have a free chat.
statue of a woman. Surrounding this sculpture were the splayed remains of an individual, flattened like a set of claws. A hollow-out torso was stretched a quarter of the way up the statue, the sight of which compelled a few of the officers.
You can even ask me any questions and I will answer them for you.
The human remains were collected and sent to the morgue, while the sculpture was cleaned and lifted out.
Okay.
The statue's blade, held in its right hand, matched the cut present on the downed tree. As far as the fantastical implications of this detail, the Gibraltar
In fact, this live stream is my voice reveal. If you want to know what I sound like.
During a secondary investigation, a journal was discovered in the cabin. The translation of its Italian text is in progress.
Okay, they found a diary that is in Italian. Part 5, Craftsman, Freedom, written by Philip Rend. Okay.
Arrives the tight-knit wooden ship. The plaster body is absent. Instead, a tall, wounded woman sleeping in its vessel,
What?
donning a helmet wrapped in a robe, clutching a sword and a damaged shield. Overheard a conversation with the captain. A violent conflict with Freedom at the port in Gibraltar. They tell me
God damn.
inside her is the plaster, and I walk away.
Guys, I need to be back. Damn, these devices keep getting low batteries on me. I don't know why. Alright, let's continue.
Silently believing Freedom craved liberation so terribly, she tried to take it for herself. But off the ship, she was dragged away. Freedom locked up. Freedom in chains. They tell me I have to take it out of her.
Okay, so they have to take Freedom out of her?
And pull. When it
Whoa.
was done, Freedom stood motionless. Freedom stood still. I see the final bronze woman, and I feel as if, maybe even hope, she is only dormant now, and will awaken again.
So the Freedom is sleeping. Part 6, Sculpture. Anti-Demon Association storms U.S. Capitol. Millions look on horror during the attack on democracy. Okay, the Anti-Dean Association really hates Dean so much. The Statue of Freedom is shot down by ADA gunfire. The freedom extension was knocked down. If you do that, you're gonna awaken it. Off. There it goes. There it goes. It crashed to the ground. Okay, another video. What was that? What was that? That just showed up. The hell was that noise? What is that? Freedom Faller. Alright. We watched season 1. Alright. Alright, chat. GD. Alright, chat. After watching season 1, do you want me to continue with this by watching season 2? By season 2 or season 3? What do you want me to continue, or do you want me to end it right here? Do you want me to continue with this, or put up another live stream next time on Monument Mythos season 2? Not gonna lie, Monument Mythos season 1 was actually quite best. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, Chad. Do you want me to continue, or do you want me to end it here and put up another live stream tomorrow? Do you want me to end it here, or should I put another live stream tomorrow? Or it was season 1, it was season 2 and season 3. Alright, so no one is responding now. I guess I'll just end it there. So yeah, we'll put up another live stream on Saturday, and we can watch Monument season 2. So if you like this, and if you want me to do more of these Monument Mythos live stream reactions, then let me know, because season 1 actually was a starter. Was actually the starter for me. Wow. Anyways, bye everyone. Anyways, see you everyone.